Seth Weintraub with Electrek here. I'm here with Wayne Killen of Electrify America. We don't have any official news right now, but we're now at how many stations?
398 sites across the United States today.
Today, and counting.
And counting, and so I think we'll hit a significant milestone very, very soon.
That's fantastic. So tell me a little bit more about the network. I don't know if everybody out there really understands like kind of the speed at which you've gone from nothing to where we are today.
Okay, so we started this a few years ago. It was of course born out of the TDI consent decree, and it was a carve out of $2 billion directly invested in infrastructure, DC fast charging, to enable EV adoption more quickly. And as you know, outside of the Tesla network, there's not a large enough charging network for public charging for all other cars with CCS and CHAdeMO plugs. We wanted to solve that, and we wanted to go a step further because the state of awareness and consideration of EVs is so low across the country, even in California, that we needed someone to broadcast the message of the benefits and the advantages of owning electric.
And what have you learned in kind of your 2 years of, or almost 2 years of building stations? Have you learned anything about the behaviors, where to put them, where they work well, where they don't work well?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we started with a data-driven process, which you start with $500 million in a given cycle. We're in our second cycle right now. There's so many choices of where you could put infrastructure and places where it's needed, but we try to start with where are the EVs forecasted to grow the most, where are they now, and where is infrastructure lacking. Then, of course, you look at utilities, you look at state and federal policies and incentives that enable adoption, and it's a fairly straightforward task. Deploying the site, you want it to be visible, close to a major highway in the case of a highway route. You want it to have access to retail, something to do for the 20 or 30 minutes that your car is charging. Of course, something to eat, a clean bathroom, 24/7 access. Those are the things that get us started. And with nearly 400 sites deployed, we're in 40 states, including DC, 300 highway stations, about another 200 coming in the metros.
Now, with EVs proliferating, and I think retail establishments kind of like understanding like having a captive audience for 20 minutes or so is a good thing. Has anybody reached out to you and said, hey, put one of your stations at our establishment?
Absolutely. A lot of people have, and that makes the task a lot easier. Early in our planning, we had to prove ourselves, we had to build some awareness of what this was all about, but now that we have nearly 400 stations set up, these retailers are seeing the difference it makes, not only in attracting EVs to their amenities, but obviously it's increased business, it's great for positioning the company as being forward-looking and green. And EV drivers expect it, and frankly, from a fueling behavior, this is the biggest thing we're trying to reprogram new drivers. This is not the gas station model where you go and wait in 5-7 minutes. This is a nice retailer, a shopping center, a grocery store, a place that you're going to really like spending 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, I know Walmart's a big partner of yours. I think,
yes.
I think is Target in there somewhere?
Walmart, Target, Sheetz, Bank of America. We have a combination of large footprint, national scale retailers down to one-offs like the National Corvette Museum in Kentucky, or the Firefly Grill in Illinois, a farm-to-table restaurant. So you could actually do a really interesting route plan on our network, picking up and stopping at interesting places.
That's fantastic. Now, I know early on there were some hiccups, like the credit card readers weren't perfect, and I know the app solved a lot of those problems. How have you kind of adjusted your systems to make things easier for...
So we've definitely had our share of challenges, and we're not out of the woods yet, but already today we have the highest plug share quality of any public network out there today. I would say what we've learned a lot, building 4 different pieces of charging hardware, each with their own operating system, a new network and an app, and credit card reasons, and stitching that all together to work with all of the cars on the market today is very challenging. But we have a world-class call center, we have a NOC, we have 24/7 access to those facilities. We're triaging issues constantly. Drivers provide great feedback on plug share. We reach each and every upload on that, and we're definitely getting better.
That's fantastic. One thing I've heard from drivers is they say like, okay, you know, I've gone to this station in the middle of nowhere. I pay 5 cents per kilowatt hour at home. I've had to pay like double or triple that at this station because to me, that's like, well, you had to put in all this infrastructure. That's not free. How do you kind of get people to understand that?
Well, overall, I think we need to do a better job of educating drivers what our pricing is. When it's in dollars per minute, it's a little more difficult to convert to kilowatt hour pricing, of course, but in certain states we can't sell kilowatt hour pricing. That's what keeps us in dollars per minute. But overall, I would say the equivalent cost of electricity on our network is at or always below the equivalent cost of gasoline, period, full stop. It will not be as cheap as the house, as we know, but I was talking to one Bolt driver who actually did calculations from his house. Driving from overnight electricity at the house is 3 cents a mile. Using our network the whole way was 6 cents a mile. Equivalent cost of gas, 12 cents a mile. So it's still half the cost of gasoline.
All right, well, with that, I think that's a great wrap-up. Great luck to you, and
thank you.
Appreciate the time.
All right.